guest today is an icon, and I really do mean that. He is one of the most influential cultural forces in American history. And that's not overstating things in the least way. Okay, the man is one of the architects of rap and hip hop, and he changed the way that we listen to music. And by change, I do mean change. He and Jimmy Iovine created Beats headphones, which of course have taken the world by storm. Who am I talking about? Well, by this time you should know. None other than Dr.Dre. Come out here, Dre. How are you, man?
I'm great, man.
Good to see you, champ.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you. This is big.
Yeah, man.
This is bigger than big.
You know, I don't come outside much, man.
I already know. That's what I'm saying. This is big.
Yeah, so
I'm not taking this for granted.
It takes quite a bit to get me the fuck outside.
This
man.
is huge.
Yeah.
So I can't fuck up my opportunity. I got to make it worth it. You know what I do here? I believe that great conversations happen over a great glass of wine. This is a conversation that I'm excited to have.
Okay.
Why am I excited to have the conversation? Because there's so much shit that I want to know about you, your road to success, your now stance in success, your business mind while being in success, your take and place on music, how you listen to music, who you fuck with in music. I want to know so much, and this is what we're going to dive into today. But before we do,
that's a whole lot, Kev. That's a lot.
Yeah, we got an hour. Hey, come on, D. This is my Psalm, D-Lin.
All right.
D-Lin, what are we drinking today?
Mr. Young, Mr. Hart. Well, I've got something for Mr. Young already.
Okay.
Yeah,
One of the world's finest gins for you.
Thank you.
And of course, a black family that situated themselves in the Napa Valley in the late 70s, early 1980s. A reclusive blend of Cabernet Sauvignon and Zinfandel.
Reclusive.
2017 vintage.
It's a good year.
Excellence.
What the fuck is
Great
going on
year.
around
It's
here,
my Psalm.
Kevin?
Okay.
It's my Psalm. Me breaking down the wine.
Okay. All right.
Okay, you think I just drink any type of
It
wine?
was real fancy in this
Goddamn
motherfucker
right
right
it
now.
was. It's a reclusive.
Okay.
Reclusive blend.
Okay.
May I just in case?
No, I'm straight. Thank
Absolutely.
You.
Thank you.
All right, man.
Enjoy.
It's a bold man right there. Asking Dre, too. To you, man. Here, cheers, cheers.
Cheers, man.
Thank you for coming on. Dre, goddamn, where do I start? Where the fuck do I start?
It's your show, man. You tell me.
Where I want to start. I got to work with Cube. Me and Cube did a movie called Ride Along. And while doing the movie Ride Along, or Ride Along 1, you know, I was very honest with Cube. And I said, hey, man, this is a big opportunity. You know, working with you is dope as hell. I said, but there's so much shit that I want to know. And I said, don't think at any point that, you know, I'm trying to be a pain in the ass. I said, but throughout the course of this film, man, I'm with you for 2 months. I'm going to, like, ask questions.
Of course, as you should.
A lot of the questions that I was asking, you know, they were based off of the trajectory that these young guys had from the hood of Los Angeles, success, and really being a part of the change in music, the change in hip-hop.
Right.
Did you ever see or foresee? I know this is a traditional question,
It
but
is.
I mean it when I say it, man.
I know
It's
where you're going with it.
Like,
Go ahead.
like how from there, you guys get together, you're a group, and it's a rap group, it's gangster rap, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
You are now sitting at the top of like.
By the way, I've never liked it being called that gangster rap. That's never what we went in to do.
What is it? What did you?
We're just making hardcore hip hop. That's all it is. You know,
At the
I don't know why it got that title or who gave it that title. I don't know who the fuck that was, but
At the time that you guys, I mean, you guys were adamant about correcting it that time as well. When it was being called gangster rap,
Well,
did you
no, we
embrace
just let it go. We just
Okay.
embraced it and let it go. But that's not what we decided to do. That's not what we called it. We're just doing hip hop, hardcore hip hop.
Hardcore hip hop representing the West Coast.
Yeah.
After representing the West Coast, after making, I guess you could say, a handprint in the game of rap, it quickly takes off.
Yeah.
Success happens. Holy shit, NWA.
Yeah, we didn't know what the fuck we were doing, man. We're some 20-year-old kids. You know, I think Cube was still in high school when we started. So we're kids. I'm exploring. I'm trying to develop my skills and trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my life. Not sure if that was going to be it or not. I wanted that to be it, you know, because I didn't see myself doing anything else. And it just so happens I left my mom's house and I moved in with my auntie, who happened to live a couple of houses down from Cube, and that's how we hooked up. He was still in high school at the time. So we're some kids trying to figure out what the fuck we're going to do with our lives, you know, and fortunately we came together and the shit clicked.
At that moment, though, in rap, who acted as influences at that time?
Oh my God! At that time, it was, of course, Rakim, Eric B. and Rakim, Run DMC, Slick Rick. These are the artists that we were listening to at the time, and those were our major influences. And we were like, okay, we can do this. We can do this too. So Also, Public Enemy. Public Enemy was a big influence on me. Hank Shockley and the Bomb Squad and the whole shit.
Yeah.
So those were major influences on me from a production standpoint, you know. So,
and it was always, for you, it was always making the music. It was always the idea of beats, the idea of rap from a young age.
Yeah. I started, I was 14.
Okay.
And DJing and shit like that.
Okay.
But when I started going to the pros professionally with making music, I guess I was like 18 or something like that. I'm not sure what age I was when I met Q, but that was the connection right there. And like, okay, let's get together and let's do something great. We knew we could do something great, but it was only supposed to be great for the neighborhood.
Why? I mean, you're talking once again about being responsible for change. You're talking about sitting at the forefront of real change and the understanding and the identity behind.
Yeah, it's still crazy to me that happened.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We were able to do something as fucking kids that just changed the way a fucking genre of music was done and the way it was looked at, you know? So, yeah.
What's most intriguing, man, to me is like when you talk about success that comes from the hood and makes it out of the hood while still embracing the hood, right? Sometimes those lines get blurred a little bit because the expectations of what you're supposed to do, who you're supposed to bring with you,
Yeah, but you can't bring that into a creative space.
Okay.
You know, we never, at least I never brought that into the creative space. We're just in there, we're kids, and we're saying the most wild, outlandish shit just to get some attention and see, okay, you know, we're not going to hit them over the head with a pillow. We're going to hit them over the head with a sledgehammer when we come out. Straight out of Compton. Fuck the police. All of that. So we wanted to come out and get attention, you know? And like I said, it was really just to impress our neighborhood. If we can be good in L.A., and everybody in L.A. is paying attention to us, that was good enough for us at the time. Little did we know, you know, we were going to get attention around the world and from the FBI and that whole shit. It was crazy.
Do you feel like the movie was made correctly? Do you feel like you guys were able
Absolutely.
to correctly grasp the story?
Yeah.
And if so, where do you feel like the navigating that story came from?
I think that everybody that was involved in the movie at the beginning believed in the movie and didn't trust it.
Okay.
And then myself, Cube, and Gary Gray, we went for it.
Yeah.
What you see on the screen is a result of what myself, Cube, and Gary did.
Got it. So here's what I want to know then. After seeing it, right, my takeaway from the movie was I had no idea that you guys had the battles at that level with the law. I had no idea that the battles at that level came from the threat of don't perform these songs.
Yeah.
You cannot do these songs. And if you do these songs, then you'll be arrested or handled accordingly.
Yeah,
and
that
the
happened.
decisions that were made for y'all to say, fuck it, we're going to do it anyway, were on spur and like real moments. I didn't know. Like,
yeah, that happened specifically in Detroit. Yeah, they chased us down. It was the way it's depicted in the movie was pretty close to the way it really happened.
At some point, was there ever a point in time where the law started to get on your ass when you said, you know what, man, like maybe we should kind of cool out. Like maybe we need to take some steps back.
Absolutely not.
It was always full game.
Again, we're 20-year-old kids. We're wilding the fuck out.
To Detroit, were there other cities to follow the same suit? Because in the movie, you can only say so much. How many times did the same thing present itself?
That was the only problem we had.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then after that, it goes.
Everything was good after that.
Okay. Let's take a quick break, guys. Please do not go anywhere. The conversation will get better. This is Dr. Dre. We'll be right back. Guys, welcome back. This is Hart to Hart. We're sitting with Dr. Dre. Dude, let's get into the career of Dre. The blossoming of Dre is now a solo artist. You drop your solo project, holy shit, The Chronic. Dre now becomes a conversation of holy shit, this is the guy. What is the difference in you then than you with the group? The solo success compared to the group success. What was that change?
Well, I think that the difference there was money and business got involved, and it separated the friendship.
Okay.
So I had to separate myself from Easy because he decided to take a different route. Cube had already left. So I'm I'm out here on my own. I have absolutely no idea what the fuck I'm gonna do. I just know I have this talent, and I've been developing these skills with mixing and this whole shit. And a close friend of mine, we call him DOC, talked me into doing the Chronic album. And I went in there and I went.
So it wasn't even a Dre decision.
No, it wasn't my decision. I was talked into doing that.
Okay.
And I just went in there and went for it because I felt like at that time it was a life or death situation.
Back is against the wall.
Back is against the wall, life or death situation. This record is going to determine whether I'm going to stay in the studio or not.
Yeah, this is a career make or break moment for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And by the way, that's when people do their best work.
Yeah.
When you have no other choice, when all the eggs are in one basket, and either this basket is going to be responsible for how I eat, or it's going to break.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's a really weird dynamic. Moving forward, it's like it's really tough to find that kind of ambition and energy right now today.
Yeah.
You know?
I was gonna get to that, but I like that you're there now, right? Because we're talking about the difference in your then and of course getting to your now. But the group, phenomenal success. Business, economics, business, deals done right, wrong, separation, people go their separate ways.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean shit if you're not getting treated right.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck. I've walked away from millions of dollars, Kevin. You know, it's if it's not right, I'm not with it.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck how much money you're offering me.
Yeah.
Fuck that, okay? You keep your money. I'm taking everything with me, which is the talent.
Okay.
So I have absolutely no problem with betting on myself, you know? And I'm going to win. I always call myself a fucking professional winner.
I don't see anything wrong with that. You won, and you have done it at the highest levels. Associating yourself in that regard to me is a line. Like that doesn't make me go, whoa, I get it. I'm a guy that goes, I get it.
Oh, yeah, you feel like you won because I left all this money for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have that moment. Have your fucking 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Guess what I'm about to do?
I'm going to go do it again, but this time do it double.
Yeah, and every time it gets bigger and bigger. And the ultimate form of revenge for me is success. I'm going to keep being successful and make you look like shit.
Yeah.
That's what it is if you've done me wrong.
Yeah. When you talk about the motivation, right? And this is a great conversation because the success that you have found in yourself, you've duplicated that success by aligning yourself with new talent, with being a part of the discovery of some of the biggest names in the business today. More importantly, the biggest albums, right? When you go to music, well, you can attach yourself to the career of NWA.
It's not about attaching, Kevin. I don't like that word. It's not about attaching.
Give me a word.
It's about collaborating.
Okay. You know? Better word. I like it.
Yeah, collaborating with some of the smartest motherfuckers and the most talented motherfuckers that ever stepped in the studio.
How do they happen? How are you outsourcing said opportunities at that time?
It's the only person that I ever heard on a demo tape that I really liked and fucked with in the studio was Eminem. Everything else is word of mouth. It's exactly what you said. Oh, you gotta hear this guy. Hey, you gotta hear Snoop. You gotta hear this guy named Snoop. Okay. Brought him in the studio and he started rapping. He didn't even understand how to song structure or anything like that. I think DOC taught him how to do that shit, but it just happened like that.
Okay.
You know?
Was there a time with the artists that you were collaborating with, whether it was Eminem, Snoop, 50, Kendrick, right? Was there ever a time where a conversation had to be had, even Pop? Was there ever a time where it was like, hey man, you know, either we're going to do the work or we're not? Did any of them ever present themselves to be about anything but the work?
No, never.
It was always the work.
Always the work. It was always the work, and it was always collaborating with the creativity and seeing what we could do next that could be amazing. What the fuck can we do next? We're still having these conversations. Fuck with you for life. You know, we're in a relationship. We're making this music. We're making money. We're getting creative. It's not just a one-off with me.
Okay.
I love long-term relationships.
So a working environment with Dr. Dre is what? Like when I sign up to go in the studio with Dre, am I signing up for anywhere between 12 to 15-hour studio day.
Nah, hopefully you're signing up for a lifelong relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm going into it. Okay, we're gonna make this music, and hopefully this is a stepping stone to a fucking fantastic relationship moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Not just with the music. We can talk about life. We can talk about relationships. We can talk about our kids or whatever. That's what I look for.
We can grow. In this thing, we should grow.
Yeah.
Right? And
it's a give and take.
Absolutely.
I'm giving you this, and I want something back.
Absolutely. I agree, and I understand where you're coming from. And I want to make sure they do, too. Guys, stick around, because we're going to hear more when we come back after this break. Welcome back. This is still Heart to Heart. I'm Kevin Hart. I'm sitting across from Dr. Dre. Now, Dre, you've collaborated, your word, I love the word, aligned yourself with the conversation of so much history. Through that, the history of, will Dre go back and do it again?
Do what again? I'm doing it.
No.
What again?
Well, the conversation is always, will there ever be another Chronic? And this has been like the conversation.
Kev, I'm pushing 60 years old.
I know that. Damn. Go. Sorry. Go ahead. I just had.
That was fucked up what you did to Don Cheeto.
No, you push the 60. Absolutely. I mean, look, but you know, it's the elephant in the room, regardless. And you know, I like that you let the elephant in the room just stay in the room. But you know, the reality is what, like.
I feel like I'm in a business where I can be as creative as I'd like for as long as I would like. But being the front man, getting on the mic and all that shit, I don't know. I think, you know, I was funny about doing the Super Bowl because I'm at this age. But I felt like because we're in L.A. and the Rams are here.
I like that you're mindful of that, though. Because some people are lost in it. And you don't you don't want to accept the fact that, hey man, look, times change.
I can get away with producing young artists, and you know, I can. My 90th birthday, I can blow out 90 candles and produce a young artist that's at 22. I can produce and stay in the background
with the bandana.
You're not gonna see me though. No, I'm just in the studio playing and doing my thing, but
with the dickies on.
No, you won't see that, Kevin. I promise you won't see that. I was funny about doing this shit.
So. Yes, but I had to make you understand, Dre, I got you. And as you see, like, what I said is exactly what I mean. It's exactly
it's fun,
what I said it would be.
I knew it was going to be fun. You know, I don't like coming outside.
But this is a good reason too, because I feel like people don't get a chance to hear you speak. People don't get a chance to hear your passion. We can see it from afar. We can assume.
No, it's definitely a massive amount of passion, man. And at this point in my life, I only want to come outside for big shit.
Okay.
I want to come out when it's just like it really means something, you know, like the Super Bowl and the Grammy shit. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back and shit like that now, but it's like I want to come outside for big shit.
Mm-hmm. The Super Bowl, what I love about the Super Bowl is it was a collaboration.
Yeah.
Right? It was
that word, collaboration.
Collaboration. It was a celebration of
I didn't mean to segue into the Super Bowl to start talking about that.
But it's a great segue. Okay. Just in going along with the direction of the conversation. What I love about the Super Bowl, the collaboration, for one. The celebration of rap being embraced on that stage is always dope because America gets to see it.
We had to do it right because it was the first time it was done. So I went all out. I spent money out of my pocket to get that show to look the way that it did.
Production was A1.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go down and look past Super Bowl. Oh my God, blown the fuck away. People are blown away. Oh my God, what a look for LA, what a look for Dr. Dre, what a look in general across the board. Oh shit, Fifth, Eminem, Kendrick, Snoop, Mary. This is a big deal.
They all murdered it. Each person in this segment, like Kendrick, Eminem, murdered it. Yeah.
Murdered it. Right now, you get to sit, you get to look back at these moments, right? And you said to me earlier, you were like, I have a hard time finding that thing. Like you were talking about, like when the back was against the wall and that level of creative. So then where do you find it? Like for you to collaborate with these people, you're finding something.
Yeah.
You're digging from somewhere. So where do you find the energy?
I don't know, Kevin. You know what? It's like, it's really weird right now, trying to find inspiration. And, not just because of my divorce, I'm just a massive amount of freedom. And for the first time in my life, I have all of this freedom, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do next creatively. And it's like a good thing and a bad thing.
Okay.
Do
you feel like you're the happiest you've ever been now?
Absolutely.
Okay.
At this moment, this very fucking second, I'm the happiest that I've ever been in my life because I have a complete free lane to be creative. I'm free for the first time in my life. And I'm not just talking about relationships. My kids are grown. They're out of their house. I don't need money. I only have to work if I want to. So I think that's the true, for me personally, that's the true definition of success.
Was there at the highest level of success the idea of stress, pressure,
of course,
anxiety, whatever? What were the lows for you?
The lows for me are just trying to keep up with everything that you said.
Okay.
Just trying to keep up with that thing and making sure that, I look right to my family and my kids and shit like that, But I don't.
Did it ever appear to be too fast?
No, I don't know. The way you just put it is a little bit fucking weird,
Okay.
I don't know if I've ever, at least in the last, let's say 20 or 30 years, experienced extreme lows outside of deaths in my family. Outside of that, which were man, can't even tell you how low I was around those times. But other than that, I don't know if I've ever experienced extreme lows when it comes to just show business and shit like that.
Well, you know what I was getting to or alluding to is like
I know where you're trying to go.
Yeah, it's like because you sometimes reach these crazy levels, and after reaching the levels, the pressure that we put on ourselves. I talked about it with several artists, several entertainers that have come on this show. There's a high level of pressure that we sometimes put on ourselves, and that pressure sometimes puts us in a place of fuck.
Yeah, but it's unnecessary pressure.
Absolutely, but you have to discover that and figure that out.
Yeah, for me, it's unnecessary pressure, and I don't bow into that. It's just about me trying to figure out what I'm going to do next, and I'm especially now, I'm in a place where all I have to do is think about what I'd like to do next or like to buy next. And business, I have that luxury.
What is that? Do you have an idea
don't know.
What that is?
I have no idea. I don't know what I'd like to do next creatively. I don't know if it's movies, TV, music, art. I draw. I don't know.
I got it. Who?
I don't know, man. It's just I'd have to go way back, to a guy named Larry Smith, who never really gets his props.
Okay.
Producer named Larry Smith, who produced a lot of Run DMC at the beginning, LL Cool J, a lot of shit for Def Jam, Houdini, Friends, how many of us have them? Did those records that I grew up on. Larry Smith, Hank Shockley, The Bomb Squad, Marley Marl. Those are of course, Quincy Jones.
That's big, though.
I mean, Quincy Jones.
You say those names.
Yeah, Quincy Jones and Bruce Whittier. It's the Thriller album was my go-to when I started engineering and developing my skills on the mixing board and shit. That was my go-to to try to make my music have that type of clarity.
Was there anybody that was a part of that growth? Like when you talk about started learning the boards and figuring out?
Nah, man, I did all that shit on my own. I taught myself the board.
So no school. That's all just the art of consistency and trying and figuring it out.
Yeah, that was just me alone in the garage figuring it out on my own. So, yeah, self-taught. So, as weird as that sounds.
No, it doesn't sound weird. But being self-taught, of course you have a high level of understanding now. I can only assume that you're passing that down to the artists that you work with.
All the time.
Worked with, making sure that they gravitate and understand the complete ecosystem.
Yeah, all the artists that I'm around, and a lot of the artists want to come in and it's show me how you do. And I have no problem with sitting there. This is why I'm doing this, and this is if you do this is gonna happen and that whole shit. Not only with artists that I'm around, my kids and shit, especially my son. My son Truce, he's really in it and making shit happen. He just turned 25.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. I mean, that's the biggest compliment
Yeah.
to any dad is to see their child pick up the love or passion.
Yeah, I guess. To keep it real with you, I didn't want him to get into this shit. You know?
Really?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
But what can you do?
What? Just because of you knowing the
bullshit that comes along. Yeah, the bullshit that comes along with business and politics and all that shit. It's just like, it's so many letdowns that comes along with this shit. So, you know.
It's in his blood, whether you like it or not. It's in there. Like,
that's it.
Yeah, you did that. And success will happen. It's in his blood.
Yeah.
And the understanding of how and figuring it out is in his blood too. So
100%.
I can only imagine what he may be or will be one day, but it comes from what he saw, right? Being in that environment, that's dope.
Whatever it is, it's going to be shit. So,
congrats,
you know
man.
That. Yeah,
that's huge.
You.
Toast to you.
Yeah,
Toast to your son. And him just figuring it out. Dre, let's stop for a second, take a quick break. Guys, we got more Dr. Dre when we get back after these messages.
And me, you know, I'm 56 years old.
Damn! I'm sorry. Welcome back to Hart. We are still talking with Dr. Dre. The conversation is nothing short of amazing. Dre, I want to know what, on this side of the table, got another good question for you, right?
All right.
We're talking about music now. We're talking about artists now. Who does Dr. Dre listen to now? Who is Dr. Dre embracing in these times?
I get this question all the time, Kevin. It's like,
Well, don't fucking make it seem like my question wasn't shit.
No,
That's a great fucking question.
It is a good question.
I just hit you with a doozy.
Stop
okay?
that. No, I didn't mean it like that.
Who do you like?
I'm listening to different genres of music all the time. You know, I might, you know, this week I might be listening to 70s soul. Next week I might be listening to the rock or the Beatles or some shit like that. I'm all over the place. I might be listening to some fucking polka or something when I leave here. I don't know. I get inspiration from all types of genres of music. You know, I don't know. I don't necessarily have a favorite. I have a favorite of the week. Let me put it like that.
Okay. I like that. When we're talking about the artists, I'm beyond impressed with the work and body of work of Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
For you to be somebody that was influential and, of course, a part of his career early on, to see him now grow into the artist that he is today.
I can't take credit for that.
I didn't say take credit. I'm saying to see him grow.
Yeah.
I didn't say responsible. I'm saying
Kendrick
for you to
Lamar
see him grow into what he is today.
Kendrick Lamar is a real motherfucking artist.
Yeah.
Like, the true definition of the word.
Absolutely.
You know?
That's what I was
And
going to ask you.
the only thing I can take credit for is opening the door for him. Because he's done everything himself. Today, free.
What's that relationship like with you and Kendrick?
We have a fantastic relationship. Yeah.
I like the fact that the way that I look at things. I'm extremely observant, and watching Kendrick, seeing Kendrick from early on young rapper, the BET ciphers, to eventually getting to the album Damn, to then growing and developing into an artist that really had to be moved to go and actually put his craft in a space for people to hear it, to then get to where he is, like
those artists that we call forever artists.
Okay, define that for me.
He could disappear for fucking 5 years or something like that and come back and fuck our heads up.
Yeah.
You know? Some artists feel like I have to do something all the time so I won't be forgotten. You know? That's not him. He can disappear and come back with something shocking that's amazing, and everybody's going to tune in and listen.
Do you have another example of a forever artist?
Snoop, Eminem, forever artist. If we're talking about just artists that I've worked with.
No, just in general. Just I like that.
Yeah, you know, I mean, that's a really tough question to answer, you know, because all of a sudden we're talking about Michael and Prince and all that shit, you know what I mean? Of course, those are forever artists, but
the climate now, rap now, right? A lot of older rappers, some of them that come from
What's older?
Well, you know, we're not gonna put an age number on it, right? We're not gonna, but let's just say a lot of rappers from back then.
From back in the day?
Yeah, a lot of rappers from back in the day.
Like how far?
Rappers that can relate to either
Oh, you going back that far?
No, this is good. Yeah, either
That's a long time ago.
Yeah,
man.
or bitch at the end, like the rappers that can punch a curse word at the end and end on it, or noise. Rappers have been quoted, you know, just speaking on the state of hip hop today, right? Or the artistry, or the enthusiasm, or, you know, if it is.
Are you saying rappers today speaking on the state of hip hop today?
Rappers
or
from back
older
then,
rappers
speaking on the state of it, right?
Okay.
Some have been quoted and not supporting or against or not embracing. Younger rappers just felt like we don't get enough love
Fuck that.
from the old heads. What is your take?
Fuck that. Let me tell you something. Hip hop is what it is. Anybody that's talking about the state of hip hop right now and talking about it from a negative place sounds like somebody's fucking grandfather.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
This is just what it is.
Yes.
Hip hop is evolving. If you don't like it, don't listen to it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I'm keeping it all the way 100 with you. Some of the shit, most of the shit I don't like. I don't listen to a lot of that shit, but I'm not hating on it.
Yeah.
I'm never going to hate on it.
Yeah.
It's evolving. And these kids are using what they have at their fingertips. Right? I mean, back in the day, I used to have to go out and buy motherfucking keyboards and buy sounds from pawn shops and shit like that to get my sounds out. They have everything at their fingertips right now, but you can't be mad at that. This is what it is. If you don't like it, motherfucker, do something about it.
Yeah. Change it.
If you don't like what's happening right now, are you fucking strong and like?
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, shut the fuck up. That's it. Stop hating.
No, absolutely. I agree. Wait. Before you carry on any further, let's pay some bills. Guys, this is Heart to Heart. I'm sitting with Dr. Dre. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Heart to Heart. Dre, so what do you like as a boss working for Dr. Dre? Like this attitude, this bravado right here. The people that have to be around you, the people that are a part of your environment and the creative, is this the energy that matches? Is there a very strong approach to, hey man, look, either we gonna do what we gotta do or we not. And if you're not gonna do this and this ain't the place for you, then you gotta go. Or is there a more patient world to understanding?
Kevin, usually I treat everybody the way I want to be treated.
Okay.
That's what it is. I don't lead with my ego or anything like that. I don't feel like I'm better than you or you're better than me or anything like that. The people that work with me and for me may say something different, but I don't know. I just feel like I'm the coolest motherfucker ever.
Yeah.
And especially when we're working in the same space. If we're working together, I'm not tripping on no egotistical shit. I'm not thinking that because I've done everything I've done in my career that I'm better than you or whatever. We're on the same fucking playing field and we're in there to make some magic. That's all it is.
If there could be a dream-like project or a dream opportunity, right? The reunion of, or the collaboration between all of the artists that I've had the privilege to work with. Any of these things, have any of these things...
Dead or alive?
I mean, damn. Wow. I'm going to say both. If you could combine it. If you could pick your dream work, this is my dream work project. My dream work project attached to music. And this right here, oh my God, if I had the opportunity to do, what would that be for you?
Man. You should have started this motherfucking interview with that one.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
Why would I start it with that? We're getting close to the end. You start to get a big bangers at the end.
Yeah, it's going to sound really weird, you know. Curtis Mayfield, Marvin Gaye.
Wow.
Kurt Cobain, Jimi Hendrix, Freddie Mercury.
Music buff.
I Isaac Hayes, Led Zeppelin. Well, yeah.
Wow.
So, you know, those are most of my heroes. And of course, this is a really fucking crazy story. Stevie Wonder, there's a couple of times in my career where I fucking bowed out and just...
I was going to ask you that next. Who did you have the opportunity to work with? He was like, no, I didn't, that you regret and that you should have worked with. I don't want to throw your story off.
No, but yeah, that's a good segue. Prince, Michael Jackson.
You bowed out from working with them?
Yeah.
Both of them?
Yeah.
You didn't work with both Prince and Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
Was it like a demo tape or something?
Nah, they just asked me to work with them, and I just, like, what the fuck am I going to do with them?
What?
Yeah, that happened.
What?
Yeah.
Was there like...
What the fuck am I going to do in the studio with them? Those are my fucking heroes, man, you know?
You're Dr. Dre.
Stop.
You're Dr. fucking Dre. What do you mean?
Most recently, Stevie Wonder. So I'm working on an album with Marsha Ambrosia, right? And we used to.
Talented.
She's amazing.
So talented.
And we did some music, a song using Stevie Wonder's music, and he had to clear it. And he called me up like, "Hey, Jay." For some reason, Stevie Wonder calls you like super early in the morning, like 6, 7 in the morning or some shit. I'm like, just because you can't see the time, like, the fuck, right? So, true story. He's like, I don't like the lyrics. I don't like the lyrics, Trey. Like, okay, we went in and changed the lyrics. It's like, what if we Stop, Kevin. I don't want to elaborate on that shit. It was like, just
Stevie, it's 3 a.m. What?
Like, really, is it like, what the fuck? What the fuck is the difference? Like 5 a.m. or 5 p.m. to Stevie?
All right.
So this shit happened. This shit happened.
So he just called you. He didn't like the lyrics.
Like, you know, I didn't like the lyrics. Then he called me back. He's like, okay, yeah, Dre, I like the lyrics. Why don't we get together and just write a song together? I'm like, yeah, all right, Stevie, all right. And yeah, I didn't show up.
She said, no, I just can't do it.
What the fuck am I gonna do in the studio with Stevie Wonder?
I mean,
touch the drums? No.
Yeah.
Touch the keyboard? No.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Nah.
You want to be able to give the best.
Yeah. Maybe. Nah, you know what it is? It's like,
again, Mike.
Imagine that. Imagine me to
Mike,
tell Michael Jackson. Nah,
Mike,
Mike,
I
didn't like that. We're gonna need that second harmony one more time. Like, imagine that shit. Nah, that's not. Nah.
Sorry, Mike, are you singing that or what is that?
Nah, that's not gonna happen. Nah. So.
Mike, say fuck one time. Fuck.
But these motherfuckers are my heroes, man. It's like, what the fuck am I gonna do in the studio with Stevie Wonder?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
When you explain it, I understand it. I just thought that like you were like, no.
I was curious. I'm definitely curious. I'm still curious, but you know.
But you clearly have an appetite for a high volume.
Yeah.
You clearly have a volume, a high understanding for music in general. You just went through, you know, your people that you're listening to, and I mean, you were at Led Zeppelin at one point. You were all over the map in genres, like you said. So is there an opportunity for you to, you know, I don't know, not just produce on behalf of, but be responsible or collaborate with the next version of your successful talent from that spectrum?
That is different.
Yeah.
That's different than working with Prince.
Yeah, because you're going, so somebody's here.
My entire life and career has been dealing with and working with new artists. Mm-hmm. That's what I like. Nobody comes in with an agenda. These motherfuckers show up on time. Mm-hmm. Everything, you know. So, and it's a ball of clay when they walk in the room. You can just form it and do what you want. That's what I want. Everybody else, especially my heroes, they're coming in and there's a set plan as to how the shit should sound.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I can't I can't explore.
You can't.
I'm not using that as
you're not putting together your puzzle the way that.
I guess I'm using that as an excuse. But
That's not an excuse. I think you're talking about your workflow and where the wins.
And not only that, these are my fucking heroes, and I like it from here. I like the idea of what I grew up listening to, and I want to keep it like that. And I don't want to fuck up that idea and that look. You know, I like the way I feel about Stevie, Prince, Michael, Bruce Springsteen, and all of these amazing artists. I like the way I feel about them, and I could change it by working with them. I don't know. I like it from here. I don't need that on my resume.
No, I definitely clear. Stop right there though. Let's take a quick break, guys. We got more Heart to Heart when we get back after this. It's Dr. Dre. You don't want to go nowhere. Welcome back. This is still Heart to Heart, and Dr. Dre is still across from me. Dude, what I like is that at the age 60, all jokes aside, you're talking about life now, right? And you're like, dude, I'm happy. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
I'll give you my takeaways. Mm-hmm. I'm happy, Kev. A lot of weights that once were are no longer. And now I'm in a space of free, and my struggle is trying to figure out what to do with that free. I listen.
Yeah.
I sit and I listen, and you saying, I'm trying to figure out what to do with that free and figure out my next version of creative. Well, that's basically
which is fun.
Yes.
The discovery of that.
You're still trying to figure out what that next thing is.
Yes, but the discovery of that and just even thinking about the discovery of that is amazing. It's an amazing feeling.
That's the now adventure.
Yes.
That's the now adventure.
That's it. For the third act of my life. You know, it's like, it's a clear, just a clear playing field for me just to go.
For your 60th birthday, was there a big, like...
I'm not 60 yet, kid.
When is it?
I just turned 58.
Just turned 58, so it's kind of, well, basically 60.
Yeah, all right.
I mean, we can fight it. But you're here. You're right here.
All right. I'm knocking on 60 door.
You're knocking on 60 door.
Yeah.
A big extravaganza, a big event.
Well, okay, so what I planned, and I've been talking about this since I was 25 on my 60th birthday, which is in February 2025.
Okay.
Right? I'm just going to float and travel. It's like I'm divorced now. I do want a companion at some point. Mm-hmm. I really do want a companion, somebody to share the rest of my life with. I'm not sure if it's marriage, mm-hmm. but I want to have somebody to take care of me, somebody that I can spoil mm-hmm. and just travel with. Mm-hmm. So February 2025, what I want to do is just travel and just go to a bunch of places I've never been. You know,
what you just did just now was just get an inbox full of IG models.
What?
That's, about to hit you with the 2025.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm free, Dre, for the world tour.
I'm just speaking my truth. That's what I want.
This is what I mean. Like, people don't get to hear you talk. People don't get to hear this, man. At the end of the day, you know, a lot of the people that we look up to, a lot of the people that we idolize. And by idolize, I mean follow, that we respect and admire because of their success. You know, you forget the human. And what I love about Heart to Heart is that I get to tap into the idea of human. I get to tap into the idea of real conversation, real questions, real answers. And you talking about, yo, man, I'm at a point in my, I want to do some different shit for me. I want to go around the world. Yeah. That's amazing.
That's my mission. Finding that person that, you know, I can laugh and joke with, and just that camaraderie that I can spoil and take care of, and they're nurturing and taking care of me, and I can just travel. That's all I want to do.
You said another thing.
As soon as I turn 60, that's what I'm going to do.
You said another thing that I want to highlight before we go, and you said the third act. I've only heard 3 people in my life break down life in acts. And it's so dope when you hear it, because it really is aligned with how your life breaks down. From the first act to the second to the third, to then what will be considered the fourth. And you being in this place of understanding, you being in this place of clear what now is free, brother, man, you deserve it. Right? Like your life was an open book in the place of story and how the story was told, whether the road to the story being told correctly was
it's absolutely bumpy.
But it's a story, man, of a lot of fucking bumps. And ultimately, You needed those bumps because without those bumps, you don't have the clarity and understanding.
Get this, I don't know, I don't know if I would change anything that happened in my life, including the mistakes. I made some fucked up mistakes in my 20s, as, most people do. But they are all there to turn me into the person that I am. And I'm just trying to be a fucking good person and move forward and have a blast with the rest of my life, bro.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
You can't do that if you don't get to a place of understanding for the mistakes that were once made.
Yeah.
And if you don't, address the world of what that is and personally know that you got to go and move on from that, then you're stuck in that.
Yeah.
So I love the fact, man, that you're an example of change, of growth,
Thank you.
more importantly, success. And Dre, genuinely, man, I appreciate you for giving me the opportunity to talk to you.
Listen, man,
like
thank
this.
you for having me, man. Thank
big,
you.
man.
It takes a lot for me to come outside, but I came outside for you.
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Yep.
I mean that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Heart to Heart, and that was the legend himself, Dr. Dre. It doesn't get better. Thank you, man.
Yeah, man.
Look at that. I ain't fucking lie to you. I told you. No, I mean, no bad shit.
That was easy.
It was easy.
Yeah.
It was great. Listen,
Okay.
I'm happy you came outside.
I am.
Exactly. I am. Come on in.